After watching the trailer for Silent Zone, I went into the film with cautious optimism. 2 hours later, I walked away with one thought. I was not expecting that, and not in a good way. Directed by Peter Deak and written by Viktor Csák and Krisztián Illés, Silent Zone is a zombie apocalypse action thriller that follows protagonists Cassius, Devere and Abigail, Luca Papp, as they navigate a ravaged world. Their journey takes a turn when they join a group transporting a pregnant woman to a supposed safe haven after her original escorts are wiped out by the ferals, the film's term for zombies. The central questions driving the plot are simple. Will they reach safety intact? Can they survive the obstacles ahead? And is the safe haven truly secure, or just another false promise? These are decent stakes, but Silent Zone fumbles their execution. The actors commit to their roles, but the characters themselves are underwritten. Cassius and Abigail lack depth, their motivations propped up solely by the plot, which is so thin that it leaves them feeling hollow. Cassius, positioned as the group's leader, fails to make decisive choices or assert any meaningful authority. His backstory is non-existent, and his emotional beats land with all the impact of a deflated balloon. Is he haunted by loss, numbed by survival? The script gives us nothing, and Devere's struggle to embody such a vague role is painfully visible. Abigail fares no better, embodying the tiresome, reckless teen trope without nuance. Her defining trait is a knack for bad decisions, and the film treats her impulsivity as a quirk rather than a flaw. By the end, there's no growth, no hint that she's learned anything. Charging into danger remains her default mode, and the audience is left wondering why we should care. At its core, Silent Zone's story could have been told in 30 minutes without losing substance. Instead, it drags, plagued by uneven pacing and tonal whiplash. One scene teases danger, the next undercuts it. Zombie attacks, whether by one feral or a horde, feel equally weightless. When are we supposed to feel tension? The characters never seem rattled, so neither do we. The dialogue is forgettable, serving mostly as filler. You could mute the film and still follow the plot, as conversations lack personality or purpose. Most lines exist solely to force clumsy development that never sticks. That said, the cinematography is a bright spot. The post-apocalyptic world feels grimy and lived in, and the zombie designs are convincingly grotesque. Silent Zone has no thematic depth, no message to impart. It doesn't challenge or resonate, it just exists. By the credits, you'll feel nothing except a vague sense of wasted time. This movie had potential, but somewhere between script and screen, it collapsed into mediocrity. Ghost rating. While the cast demonstrates some genuine effort in their performances, they're consistently hampered by the film's poor writing and underdeveloped characters. The story itself proves boring, lacking the narrative depth or momentum needed to sustain interest across its runtime. On a technical level, the visuals stand as the film's sole strength, with strong atmospheric world-building and convincing practical effects. However, these qualities can't compensate for the movie's fundamental flaws. There's absolutely no reason to ever revisit this forgettable apocalypse tale. It leaves zero emotional impact and culminates in an ending that simply fizzles out rather than providing any meaningful resolution or payoff. With that, I give Silent Zone a mediocre rating of 5 out of 10 ghost rating. It's neither terrible enough to be memorable nor competent enough to recommend. That's all I have for this movie in this life. See you in the next one.